If you can talk, you can sing. There is really nothing to it.
Breathe in, breathe out, add a little vibrato. Yes, anyone can sing, but you gotta be consistent.
Know your do re mi is just like 1, 2, 3.
You will be the best and you will sing so well. It's time to sing with Frank at TBL.
Hello everybody, welcome to your favorite singing program. Today, we're going to talk about posture. No, not that kind of posture, Frank. Let's talk about posture in singing. Yeah, that's what we mean. So a good posture is crucial for singing because it directly impacts breath control, vocal tone, and overall vocal health. Here's what a breakdown of how posture affects singing and how to achieve optimal posture. Yes, it's good to get the foundations right before you even start learning how to sing. So what we're doing is we are going to look at the foundation of singing. Remember, the foundation have to be strong. The foundation have to be solid. Someone, can you hear me? I'm talking right now. The foundation has to be firm because if a foundation is not firm, it doesn't matter how beautiful the structure is you build on top of it, it's going to crumble when the storm comes. And that's what happens to some singers. They don't get the foundation right, and then they struggle with the extra things they learn along the way. So if you're having issues, maybe you can sing, but you still have issues, it's time to go back to the foundation and check things like posture, check things like your breathing, check things like your pitch, and so on and so forth. So first and foremost, alignment of the body, head, neck, and spine. And this means your head should not jut forward, tilt back, or be too low. So it's always good to keep your head in a vertical position, not like this, not like this. So when you're singing, just make sure it's like this. And I'll suggest this strategy. Always use your finger when you're doing your exercise to condition your head, okay, to be vertical. So use your finger to support your head. Okay, so if it's going like this, your finger would feel it and you remember to bring it back to a vertical position. Now, when you do your exercise or when you sing, don't form the habit of singing like this, especially to reach the high notes. Okay, learn to still keep your head forward. In fact, it's even better to bend forward than to stretch like this. Some singers do it, but it's not the healthiest thing. Okay, just think about this rubber band. Right now, it's in a relaxed state, right? But if I stretch it, I'm adding pressure to the components, the particles, whatever that made it up. Okay, so if you stretch it like this, I'm sure you're going to feel some warmth at some point. In other words, it's coming to a breaking point. So think about your outer muscles the same way. Okay, so if you go like this, it's like stretching this rubber band. You're stretching the outer muscles. Okay, it's not so healthy for singing. So that's why I said keep your head vertical. Don't stretch the outer muscles, therefore adding extra strain to your singing. And now let's talk about the shoulders. So keep your shoulders relaxed and down. Keep it away from your ears. So don't go like this. Keep it away from your ears. Just try to relax as much as possible.
Now let's take a look at the torso. Stand tall with a straight spine. Don't overarch your back or slouch. Your chest should be open and lifted, but not puffed out. This ensures your lungs have maximum capacity to fill with air. And if you play the piano or the keyboard, the same applies. Make sure you're sitting in a position where your lower arm is horizontal, not sitting very low. and not very high. Okay, make sure, like I said, your lower arm is horizontal to the piano, and also make sure you're sitting up straight as well. This is to ensure that you don't eventually start feeling strain in any part of your body, whether your arms, your back, or your hand.
Did you know that tension in the shoulders can affect your breath and vocal production, leading to a strained sound or fatigue? So let's talk about breath support. Good posture is essential for proper breathing. Yeah. When your body is aligned correctly, your diaphragm, which is the muscle responsible for deep breathing, has more room to expand. Remember, when you breathe in, okay, I'm trying to check which one now. Okay, so when you breathe in, your viscera or abdomen expands. And when you breathe out, it relaxes again. Yeah, it reduces in size. So this leads to a better breath control. So posture and breath control work hand in hand. And this is the key to supporting long phrases, dynamic range, and pitch accuracy. Okay, so let's practice the breathing again, okay? Breathing into the diaphragm. When you take a deep breath, you should feel your lower abdomen expand, like I said. This is diaphragmatic breathing, which provides steady and controlled airflow to the vocal cords. Okay, so that's how singing actually works. So you must have heard vocal coaches or music teachers say something like sing from your diaphragm. That's actually what they mean. Your singing has to be supported by your diaphragm. So the way singing works is when you breathe out, right? The air, the carbon dioxide, goes to your vocal cords and cause it to vibrate. So without air, there's no singing. That's why when you run out of air, you have to take in air again and continue singing. So very good posture in singing works hand in hand with your breathing. So in a nutshell, the sound begins here when the vocal cords vibrate. That's why you could talk. That's why you could sing, because the air from your lungs is causing the vocal cords to vibrate, which produces the sound. Now, avoid shallow breathing. Shallow breathing is a sign of anxiety, okay? Shallow breathing, like breathing into the chest or upper rib cage, leads to a lack of support for the voice and can cause strain. So practice breathing deeply from the abdomen to optimize breath support. So you go, let's do it again. How about engaging the core? You know, singers that don't engage the core end up singing in their throats, and we call it throat singing. No support, no engaging of the core. So your core muscles like your abdominals, lower backs, and obliques play a critical role in supporting your voice. Engaging your core helps maintain control over your airflow and ensures the voice remains steady and strong. Think of your core as the engine of your breath support. You should feel your abdominal muscles engage gently as you sing, particularly when you push air out during more powerful notes or phrases. So whenever you sing, you have to feel it here. You have to feel it. Yeah. So sometimes you just have to put your hands around your tummy and sing. And you have to feel the movement. Yeah. And that's a sign that you're having some abdominal support, okay? Some diaphragmatic support, which is actually good singing. And now let's talk about your jaw, your mouth, and your throat position. So let's talk about the jaw. Keep your jaw relaxed. Tension in the jaw can lead to tightness in the throat. And when this happens, it constricts the sound. So your jaw shouldn't jut forward, nor should it be too tightly clenched. How about the mouth? Ensure your mouth is open enough to produce clear and resonant vowels, but without tension. Do that without tension. For instance, we have 5 main vowels like a, e, o, u. ah. Just go ah normally. Okay, you can still do that and relax. And go e, o, ooh. That's how you sing. Okay. And when you actually do that, you enunciate properly. And every single word you're singing is heard. Not only that, your notes are clear. The tone is better. Now let's talk about the throat. Avoid squeezing your throat when singing. A relaxed throat allows your vocal cords to vibrate freely and produce sound without strain. It's often helpful to think of your throat as wide and open, like a yawn. I don't know, whenever I try to fake the yawn, it turns to a real yawn. So, how about your posture when you're sitting down? I talked about posture when you're standing. Does that mean you should always stand when you're singing? Emphatically, no. But it means when you're sitting down, you should apply the same principles of posture. Now, I call them principles because a lot of singers who have challenges with their breath control and they're always training, it has to do with the foundation. And one of the foundations of singing is posture. If you're not getting your posture right, that could just be the problem. So if you apply it very well or properly, it will give you a good result. No strain, no breath issues. So if you sing while seated, aim for a similar posture as when standing up straight. So let's do that. Let's practice that. So sit down upright, not like this, not like this, not like this. Okay? Sit down upright. Make sure your back is vertical. Don't slouch. Don't lean forward. Your feet should be flat on the floor. Keep your back straight and your shoulders relaxed. That's it. So similar to standing up. And now let's talk about posture for different styles of singing. The core principles actually remain the same for all types of singing. Whether you're singing classical, whether you're singing pop, whether you're singing musical theater or jazz. However, some styles may emphasize certain elements of posture. A good example is classical singers. Classical singers often focus on a very tall, aligned posture to allow the body to fully support long phrases and powerful sound. So they still stand up straight, but they emphasize it. All right? Because they usually produce these powerful sounds. Classical singers, back in the days, they don't use microphones, so they had to project the sounds. They had to sing loud to be heard at the back. I remember in my early days of learning how to sing, I did a bit of classical training, right? And one of the exercises kind of shows what I mean. So you put your hand like this and you stand up tall, straight like this. Yeah, and you do the exercise. Now let's talk about contemporary singers. Contemporary singers may use a more relaxed, grounded stance, depending on the style. For instance, pop singers often use more movement or relaxed body positioning, but the core posture principles still apply for good vocal health. All right, now let's summarize the key points. Number one, stand tall with a straight spine and shoulders relaxed. Next, keep the head aligned with the spine. And then engage your core for breath support. Ensure your jaw and throat remain relaxed. Practice diaphragmatic breathing. Expand the lower abdomen. Position your feet for balance and mobility. Avoid any unnecessary tension in the body that might restrict sound production. So, by maintaining proper posture, you'll maximize your vocal potential, reduce the risk of vocal strain singers, and enhance your overall singing technique. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you next time. Make sure you tune in again. Now, if you haven't subscribed, if this is your first time, you're welcome to my channel. You're going to learn a lot. So make sure you click the subscribe button and also click the like button. Share this video also with others as well. There is a join button below this video. Click it and you become a special member of this channel. So, see you next time. Bye.